Hello, you lot. So, this is what we got on the bench this evening. I can't remember what it is. I'll tell you a bit of the backstory to it before we go into, actually looking at it, and I'll explain what I want to do with it. So the backstory of it is, I think it's about 3 years ago now. Probably something like that, 2 or 3 years ago. A subscriber sent it to me. They didn't want it anymore, so they sent it to me to see if I could do something with it. And they forgot to send me the transmitter for it. They sent me the wrong transmitter, with the wrong crystal in it. This has got AM radio gear in it, and it has to have the right crystals, obviously, to work. So he said oh, I'll send you the right one. But he never did send it, or at least I never received it. And what happened was, I put it on the shelf while I was waiting for the transmitter to arrive, and forgot about it. Basically, it's been stuffed to the back of the shelf for all that time. So, along with a load of dust, which has gone in my eye since I got it off the shelf, and I can't get rid of it, we have this car now sitting on the bench. It's got its roto start as well. There's no battery in it, but I think I've got a battery that will fit. It's only a small battery, so I think it'll be enough. I do remember though, I did get it running when I received it from said subscriber. So it did run, but as you'll see, I played around with the radio gear. It's got a receiver, but I've got no transmitter. Obviously I could go and get a transmitter and put a crystal in there, and we'll see if that all works. But I do remember that the servos and everything. Oh, that switch is bloody stiff. Bit of a switch cleaner on that. I do remember that all the servos and everything did work, because I did put a different crystal in there and used a different transmitter at the time. But for now, we're not going to do that. We're going to just see if we can get the engine to run, basically, and then I'll decide what I want to do with it, and we'll go from there. So yeah, let's zoom in a little bit closer, shall we, and see what we're working with. And yeah, we'll see if I can find a battery for this roto start, and see if I find, well, I've only got one battery that will fit in there with the right connector, so hopefully it is charged and it'll work. So, you bunch of hoes, talking about American slang to one of you lot on the comments, about one of you lot likes hearing the different words that we call things over here in England, and you like the word hoe, didn't you, for like a loose woman, shall we say. Over here they're just called slags or sluts. Well, it works. Whether it'll be enough to turn that engine over, it's a different question. It's far too small of a battery, really. This should be a 7.2 volt and it's only a 4.8, but we'll see if it's enough to turn the engine over. It is. So I'm fairly confident we'll get it to run. Let's get rid of this receiver. We don't need any of this. I don't know what this truggy thing is. I think it's a bullet. HPI RF1 receiver, AM 27 megahertz. I've got loads of these. Oh man, back in the day before 2.4 gigahertz, I used to collect receivers because they'd often break, and you jump in your car loads of times and all that. I used to launch them rushes off the half pipe on the skate park, and they used to go up bloody miles and land flat on the floor, Well, the receivers would always break up, so I collected these as much as I could. I was everywhere. eBay weren't really about then. eBay was about, but it weren't prominent really. So you couldn't just nip on eBay and get yourself a load of receivers. So I used to just collect them from the club, people in the clubs, and that they were like, they didn't want their receiver anymore or whatever because they got a better one or something. So I used to go and collect them. I've got loads of them, different types of receivers. But the thing is now, they're all pretty much not relevant because, oh, there's a crystal, look. Here's a crystal. Number 6, blue. RX30. 27.255 megahertz. I used to run blue in the rush back in the day. Right, let's put that up there. We don't need that. Yeah, they're pretty much irrelevant. Not a lot of people run AM radio gear anymore. It's all 2.4 gigahertz, and I don't blame them because it's a hell of a lot easier, and it is better. I know I've always said that I prefer the older AM gear, and I do, but the 2.4 gigahertz is easier to do because no built-in fail-safe. No messing around with crystals. It automatically changes its signals, you know what I mean? There's no way that you can get cross signals or anything like that. So it is better in a way. But on my old vintage stuff, like my Rushes, Savage and all of that, I'm going to keep that all AM. And I always will. So I'm going to keep my receivers and my crystals and that because I'll be needing them to maintain me my vintage stuff that I've got because it's all sentimental, you know what I mean? Right, that's better. You have to. I apologise for any dodgy camera angles. I think I've explained before the screen on this camera is broken, so all I can see is an upside down picture of not a lot. Right, so what's in the tank? A load of gel. What's this air filter like? Not bad. Right, let's get a bit of fuel. Where's my fuel bottle? There it is. I need another one really. I've got this one over here. I've got this one. Could use this one, I suppose. This went and shook out whatever was in there, and I don't think I will use that because that seal's not very good and that's going to be a pain in the ass to try and use. I'll use my good one. I've only got one left. I had another one, but it had nothing in it, but one night it got to -5 and then I went to go and use the car in the morning, put a bit of fuel in and the plastic split, which is not good. Let's get a bit of fuel. What do you reckon? You reckon this is going to run easily? I don't know if I'm going to be able to heat it up. My engine heat is on the blink, I think. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. On the blink, I think. Right. What's this stuff? This is good fuel, this. This is the HPI stuff. Now, as I was saying earlier, before I interrupted myself and went completely off course and said something completely different to what I was going to say. I don't know actually, I don't know what this is. I really genuinely don't know what car this is, but I think, is it a Bullet? Is it a HPI Bullet? I don't know. I genuinely can't remember what they even look like, the Bullets. I think it could be, but then again it might not. You lot out there will know, because you lot know everything. I always get comments on things from you lot saying, you know, this is this, that is that, you know everything. You're a lot of clever people out there, so is it a Bullet? Is it what? Is it a thing? I don't know. All I know is it's a nitro car, and we're going to see if it's going to run. Better take that off. Might be a bit of gel in there. You never know. There we go. Well, it primed alright. So any luck, we should be good. I'm going to try it without heating it, and if not, I'll go and get that. Well, I won't use the engine heat, I'll get the heat gun out. Right. Here we go, Joe. little bit of a side note there. Little bit of a side note. Did any of you hear the change in pitch? You can't smell it obviously, but I can smell the burning nitro fuel, so it is starting to get a bit of fuel in there. There may be a little bit of gel in the carb, in the needles, but that will blow through, you know, respectively as we keep trying to turn it over. Well, not trying to turn it over, but as we keep turning it over. Now, did you hear the change in pitch though? That's when the fuel started to go in and we started to get a little bit of combustion happening, a little bit of compression started to happen. So we know the fuel is starting to go in now. No smoke yet, but we can hear the change in pitch of the engine and the roto start, and I can also smell the burning nitro. So I know we're getting close. Don't forget, this is sat on the shelf now for I think it's at least 3 years. And we've done minimal stuff to it. I've literally just put fuel in it, and now we're trying to start it. Well, I went on ridiculously long there trying to start that, just because I thought that might trigger a few of you to tell me to stop trying to start it. But let's see if this glow plug is even working. Well, there we go. It wasn't even tight. I don't know what that's all about. Let's try this now a minute. I don't think it was even tight. My battery's starting to run down quite dramatically. Oh no, there it is, back to life again there. No, we're running down. Right, I think I must have pissed you lot off enough now. Let's get serious. Let's get serious, and I'll go and put this battery on charge, and I'll be back in a minute. Right, I'm back. Yeah, so the battery's on charge, but I thought I'd try to drill in the meantime. I don't think it's going to go fast enough. I think it's going to be too slow, even on number 2. I do think it's going to be too slow. It's definitely not as quick as that roto start, but we might better get it to fire up. We'll have to see. I've got a sneaky suspicion that either this bloody hell, not moving over. Either this glow starter is flat, or that glow plug isn't working. Well, it's not flat, so I know my glow starter's working. Could be then that we're not getting enough fuel in there. Let's take this air filter off. Let's take that up there. Let's dribble a little bit in there, shall we? Oh. Open that up, let that soak in. Right. See what we get. I reckon this drill's going to be too slow though, so we're going to have to wait for the to charge up, you know. Oh, hello, nearly. Oh. Well, that ain't good, is it? Right. Screws have come loose now on the old screws have come loose on the old pulse roto start there. Let's get the old screwdriver in here. Have I got a long screwdriver? That one should do the trick. Lovely. Where? That's it. Oh, lovely. How do we get in there? Look. Oh, bollocks. Oh, there we go. That's it. We got that one. No, not about reach that one very well. At least we can get that one. Get this one particularly well. Alright, let's try this now. Right, at least that's working again now. I'm not really convinced. My elastic's gone in my trousers, by the way, so I have to keep pulling them up. I had a bit of rope that I had for a belt, but I've lost it. So. Right, so let's try this again. I didn't mean to stop it. I was just seeing what that bolt was all about. Well, it seems to run alright, doesn't it? Hang on, let me get you off this tripod. Well, she seems to run alright. A little bit of a dicky roto start. Needs a bit of a clean up. Nice solid tick over. Not bad actually, is it? Nice. Right. I'll turn that off now. A little bit noisy. So, pretty happy with that. I think what I'll do now then, I'll give it a bit of a clean. What should I do? I think I'll get the old air compressor out, give it a bit of a blast, and yeah, give it a bit of a clean out. That we've got grass and mud all over it. So I'll fire the old air compressor up, we'll give it a blow off, and yeah, see how clean we can get it just with air alone. Right, let's have a look. See what we can do. I'll make a mess here, I think. I'm going to do this on the floor because it's going to make a mess on the bench. Right, so what have we got? What we have, let's get the rest of this fuel out. So that it doesn't go jelly again. So yeah, I don't know, what do you lot think I should do with this? What do you lot think I should do with it? I'm wondering to myself, what should I do? Well, I suppose I've got a couple of options really. I could sell it and use the money to go towards, you know, me buying another one, to sell that to buy another one, blah blah blah. I could get some radio gear for it, sort out this dodgy roto start. The engine seemed like a good engine. It seemed to run fairly well, didn't it, on takeover. Obviously we didn't see if it had any power, didn't actually drive it anywhere, but once it started up, it ran alright, didn't it? I reckon it's alright. So I could get some radio gear for it and give it a blast, but the thing is, I've got so many, like, my own cars, personal cars. Well, I haven't got loads, but I've got enough where I don't really need another one to be using at the moment. Or, yeah, plenty of options I suppose. There's loads of things I could do with it. But at least I know that it runs. And it still runs, you know what I mean? Like, I know it ran before, but I know it still runs. So that's good. Righto. Alright, there you go, you lot. I just wanted to see if it'd run, and I thought you lot might want to come along for the ride, that's all. So now it runs. I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with it. You put in the comments what you think I should do with it, and I'll decide. Might even, I'll ask the missus, see what she thinks. It's normally just, I don't care. See what happens. Anyway, you lot, have a wonderful evening, day, whatever. And before I go, look what I've dug out. A lot of you lot wanted to see this. I just dug it off the shelf. It's very, very dusty and hairy. I think the mice have been climbing over it at some point to get all those hairs on. I've got some of the wheels somewhere. I'll have to find them because I had the proper wheels for it. I don't know why I took them off. I took them off for some reason. Left the nuts there, but yeah, might see if we can. Oh, she moves. Very stiff, but she moves. I'll see if we can get this going, I think. And it'll be another video though, so I'll catch you lot later on. Take care, you lot. Look after yourselves.